Hello, my name's Gillian and I'm a qualified aromatherapist. We're in week 12 of lockdown and the schools being off, so I thought since it's also Aromatherapy Awareness Week, I would show you how to make a quick and easy bath bomb at home. This is a great thing for adults to do. It's also a great thing to do with the kids to keep them busy, and we know the kids all love bath bombs, so this is a lovely natural product that you can make at home. So you will need scales in a bowl, you will need some bicarbonate of soda and some citric acid. As you can see, I've bought food grade bicarbonate of soda and citric acid. I just bought these online. I've also got Himalayan salts or Epsom salts. Those are optional. That might be something you fancy adding in for yourself, but maybe not so much for the kids. And then obviously some moulds and things that you might use to press the bath bombs into. You can use a little whisk if you want. And I like to use coconut oil. I like to give them that extra moisturising effect. You don't need to do that, but it just makes them so much nicer. And if you are using coconut oil, you'll need something that you can melt the coconut oil in. So I've got this little metal pourer, and I put it in a little dish, and I fill the dish with boiling water, and I just let the coconut oil melt into that. And then obviously you will need some essential oils or scents of your choice. Being an aromatherapist, I've got a wee range. Sweet orange and lavender would be ones that I would recommend if you're going to make bath bombs for kids. If you're making them for kids with sensitive skin, you might also want to use something like chamomile, either Roman or German chamomile. Can be really soothing to the skin. So here we go. Me gonna try and make them in front of you. So start off with the coconut oil, and you can use anything from half a teaspoon to a full teaspoon. I totally mucked this up doing this. It was a warmer day and it all clung to the spoon, and yeah. So we'll just laugh at me struggling to get it into the dish. Obviously, if you're making these for somebody else and they're not for home use, you would be thinking much more about using gloves and stuff like that. But yeah, these are for me and my family, so I like to get my hands in and just get stuck in. So putting some coconut oil into the little dish and then putting that into the bowl with the boiling water and just setting it aside and giving it some time to melt. And then rubbing in the excess in your hands. I don't know what I thought I was doing. This is me sort of trying to mime because I knew I was going to do a voiceover. So time for the citric acid. That's what I went for first. So whatever you use of citric acid, so say you use 100 grams of citric acid, you then want to use double that of bicarbonate of soda. So yeah, so if you put 100 grams in, you'd be 200 grams of bicarbonate of soda. Always double. So yeah, also lockdown, I'm usually a complementary therapist. I spend my time massaging people and doing practical things. So the world of YouTube and technology, I have a newfound respect for all you YouTubers and how put together your little videos are, all your editing, and yeah, much respect for you now. So here I am, slowly measuring out, double the amount of bicarbonate of soda, then I put in citric acid. And at this point you might want to get your whisk, give it a little whisk about and blend it well. Make sure it's all mixed together. Yeah, don't need the scales anymore, Jill. Get them away. Pick out any big lumps and make sure you try to get rid of them. Squeeze them between your fingers. If they won't break up, then I would just take them out the bowl. And check and see if the coconut oil has melted. I've got a little glass stirring rod, but you can just use the other end of a spoon or something like that. I'm sorry, I'm just going to laugh at myself all the way through this. Okay, so coconut oil melted. Now we want to decide what essential oils that we're going to use. I'm a great actress. And yeah, I keep trying to show things to the camera, but it's really difficult to see. So I think for this one I went for rosewood and bergamot because there were some nice uplifting and cheerful ones that I was making for myself. As I said, you might want to go for chamomile and lavender if you were making one for the kids for bedtime, or sweet orange if it was during the day. You know, you want to try and make your blend, you use your essential oils between 1 and 2% of the entire blend. So for this one, I think I went for 10 drops of each. Yep, can't see it, that's the bergamot, I think. But yeah, 1 and 2%. If you would really like to try and use essential oils more at home, but you're a little bit concerned about percentages and how much to use, then I have a little course that I developed. It's called Aromatherapy at Home. It's £10 to buy, and it shows you how to use, I think it's maybe 7 different oils at home. So yeah, and you get 2 lovely PDFs with that explain to you essential oil safety at home. So anyway, so we are putting those oils slowly into the blend, put a little bit in and then cover it with a mixture, and just really use your hands to make sure that you flake the oil and the essential oils right through all of the mixture. That's it, so getting in there and getting it all blended right through. You can actually feel the difference when you put the coconut oil through the mixture. It's a lovely soft feeling. Yeah, and flaking it to a powdery consistency. Come on, Joe. Ta-da! Right. So then I'm probably going to get my rose floral water. I really need to stop showing the screen things because it totally doesn't work. You can just use normal water as well, but in a little spray is the best way to do it. So I tend to just do 2 sprays and then mix it well, and then another 2 mix, and just keep going like that. And what you're trying to do is get the mixture so that when you pick it up it holds together instead of crumbling in your hands. So this is the hardest bit. This is the bit that you really need to practice, because if you overwet it then it will start to bubble and you'll see it bubbling up inside the mould, and if you underwet it then it'll just crumble when it dries. It'll not hold itself together. And yeah, depending on how humid it is, that can also affect how much water or like floral water that you need to use as well. So I tend not to do it when it's really humid. It's just something that I've learned over the years. So you see it there, it's starting to hold together. Sometimes you'll do that. It's quite hard to make sure the whole bowl is the same consistency. So you'll see what I do as we move along. But yeah, getting out moulds now. I got these little ones online as well, but for years I just used the plastic cake moulds. I've seen other people use like little plant pots or use tennis balls that have been cut in half. This is where you get to be inventive, and that's what can make it fun for doing it with kids. What are we going to use as a mould today? So just making sure you put plenty of mixture in and you're pressing it in, you're packing it in nice and firm. So you can see both sides of the mould. I had it slightly overflowing, so when I'm pressing it together it's really smooshing it into the mould. And I'm not sure if I show you in this video, but I made 2 lots, and the other lots I made with the pink heart mould. And what I would normally do there is I would fill the mould right up to the top and then press it down with the back of a spoon. Sometimes it can rise a little bit when it's drying, but yeah, you just want to make sure you're packing it in. Voila. I think you'll notice as well when I got a little bit further down, I noticed that some of the mixture right at the very bottom was a little bit dry, so I gave it another little spray of floral water. So just keep on making sure that it's sticking together all the way through the mixture. And if you don't put too much water in it, it's not terrible. You can just fling it all into a little bag and then, or just break it out of the mould straight into the bath. It will still fizz and bubble and smell. It just won't be solid to start off with. Never throw them away. Okay, so I get 2.5 out of that. I think at the time I thought I was going to give you all of the amounts that I used, but yeah. Oh yeah, this is me reminding myself to tell you about the back of the spoon. Okay, ta-da! I hope you enjoyed that. So here you'll see the finished item in the moulds, and here's what they looked like when they came out. So yeah, there was a little bit of crumbling going on with those, but still perfectly good for the bath, and they'll still fizz and make your skin so silky smooth. Love it. Hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, remember to like and subscribe if you want to catch any more of my videos. And if you're interested in doing the aromatherapy at home course, then you can visit www.purplepoppyscotland.com or just get in touch with me through purplepoppyscotland@gmail.com.